Have you guys ever wondered how good Messi, Ronaldo and Mbappe were as a child? Today we'll check out footage of the football stars before they became famous. And can you guess who this is? Whew, not bad. That was a Brazilian football player Robinho as a child. He grew up poor in Brazil, and when he was 15 years old, Pelé appointed him as his successor. At 18, he became a professional football player at Santos, and at the age of 21, he went to Real Madrid. He only stayed there for 3 years, then went to Manchester City and Milan, but also fell short of expectations there.
Here we go, Robinho!
And then completely disappeared from the big stage of football. Our next star, however, was a huge hit at every club he played and is one of the best footballers in the world. This is 11-year-old Kevin De Bruyne, and what an interesting celebration. Kevin was already making a name for himself at a young age and made his professional debut at Genk at the age of 17. He played really well there and won the Belgian league. From there, he went to Chelsea, then he was loaned to Bremen and signed for Wolfsburg in 2014. And just 1.5 years later, he went to Manchester City, who bought him for $75 million. There, he became an absolute midfield star under the leadership of Pep Guardiola and won the Champions League. Now, to a world champion, and can you guess who this is? This is none other than the Frenchman Paul Pogba, and as a little boy he showed us already his long-range shooting technique, which was not bad. In 2009, at the age of 16, he joined the Manchester United Youth Academy and then made his professional debut in England. In 2012, he went to Juventus where he got his breakthrough, and then in 2018, the huge success. He was one of the goal scorers in the World Cup final, and France won the title.
Champions of the world!
But then, in the summer of 2023, the shocking news. He tested positive in a drug test and was suspended. Our next football star is already a star today, at just 20 years old. Bayern sensation Jamal Musiala, here at the age of 10. And even back then, it was impossible to stop him. Jamal was born in Stuttgart in 2003, and his father is Nigerian and his mother is German. When he was 7 years old, his family moved to England, and he was discovered by Chelsea. That's where he started playing very well, and he played for England's youth teams, and then in 2019, he got the call. FC Bayern wanted him. He moved back to Germany, and the rest is history.
Musiala!
And who was playing on the pitch with Musiala back then? Jude Bellingham. Yeah, the two are buddies and know each other from the youth national teams in England. And I mean, what a player. He went to Dortmund at the age of 17 and was a huge hit. Then, in the summer of 2023, the next step, Real Madrid. Would he be able to withstand the pressure? Bellingham, already the king of Madrid. Our next player was also at Real Madrid, but he wasn't really successful there. But as a kid, oh boy, he was a pleasure to watch. This is none other than Colombian James Rodriguez, and because of his good performance in his homeland, he was bought by Porto for $7 million at the age of 19. From there, he went to Monaco, then played a fantastic World Cup in 2014, and then unfortunately he was a big disappointment at Madrid. And one of his teammates at Madrid, this young man. Sergio Ramos, and what a haircut. Unfortunately, we only have this short clip of him during this one-on-one situation, but it's hard to imagine that this nice boy would one day become one of the most feared defenders in the world. And someone who had to experience this very often was our next football star. Yeah, you quickly can recognize him. That's little Lionel Messi. At the age of 30, and that's where he became one of the best players the world has ever seen. And even at 36 years old, he's still a nightmare for defenders today.
Messi!
And won his 8th Ballon d'Or for the year 2022. And now to a player who has won the Ballon d'Or 3 times. The Dutchman Johan Cruyff, the father of modern football. A legend in the national dress as well as at Barcelona. and he was sponsored by Puma in 1974 and therefore refused to wear the Netherlands jersey with the 3 Adidas stripes. Because of that, he got an extra jersey with only 2 stripes. What a rebel. I mean, can you imagine a player doing this today? Now this young guy from Messi's home country Argentina is also pretty impressive. With a young age, Maradona was already better on the ball than I will ever be. And shortly before his 16th birthday, he made his professional debut at Argentinos Juniors, then went to Boca Juniors, and at the age of 21, he moved to Europe to Barcelona. Now, to a world star. Do you recognize this player? This is the wonder striker Erling Haaland at just 13 years old. I mean, no wonder he became a professional player for Molde in Norway at the age of 16 and then went to Manchester City via Salzburg and Dortmund.
Cross looking towards Stones and Haaland!
And now to a player who didn't want to play without his teddy bear. Yes, the goalkeeper who had to be hugged here is none other than Manuel Neuer, who is now standing in goal without his teddy.
And Neuer saves it!
And it all started at Schalke. There he made his professional debut at the age of 20, and at the age of 24 he became the captain and led the team to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Then the move to Munich, where he had great success. And what do you think? Does he now have a Bayern or a Schalke teddy bear at home? We are almost at the end, but get ready because we still have Neymar, Ronaldinho and Cristiano Ronaldo as a very little boy. But first, can you guess who this is? That's world champion Kylian Mbappé dancing past the opponents. Looks almost the same today.
La dernière situation du match, Mbappé est passé, Mbappé!
And he had his debut for Monaco at the age of 16 and from there went to Paris Saint-Germain. And this little boy also showed us impressive skills. I'll give you a little tip. He's a Brazilian. It's Neymar, who like many other Brazilians started with futsal and therefore developed great technique on the ball from an early age. He started his professional career at the age of 17 at Santos and then went to Barcelona and then moved to PSG for $222 million. And now he plays in Saudi Arabia. And this is something Neymar has in common with our next kicker, Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, not bad. Here at the age of about 10, playing for his youth team in Madeira. At the age of 12, he went to Sporting and then became a superstar. And now our last video, an absolute legend. Yes, one recognizes this face immediately. It is none other than superstar Ronaldinho. And speaking of Ronaldinho, haven't you always wondered what's the best goal from every year? Well, watch this video if you want to see incredible goals.